Let's breathe together. And then we're going to let it out with a laugh. Good deep inhale. And then out with a laugh. I'm scaring the alligators here at the park. One of my sisters on the recovery road asked me, how did you conquer panic? How did you come through panic? How did you make it so that you don't have panic attacks anymore? And so I thought it'd be interesting to tell my story. I had a panic attack in the shower, so I was naked, very vulnerable to unconscious, very vulnerable. And the kind of feeling that was passing through my body was one of concern because of a thought that I had very intense, persistent, chronic neuroplastic pain at the time. So my brain was generating a whole bunch of pain. And the thought in the shower was, if it's so hard for me to stand and it's so hard for me to sit, then where am I going to live? And that thought, along with an amped up nervous system from dealing with just really intense levels of pain, just unbelievably intense levels. I mean, the levels have been compared to amputation, those kind of levels. So that sent me into a panic attack, and it was fascinating because I had it in the shower, so I was scrubbing, and I just had this feeling of dropping, of falling off the edge of the Grand Canyon, of dying. It was really intense, as those of you who've had panic attacks know. It's meant to protect me. So what did I do? I jumped out of the shower, I ran naked. I can laugh now, but at the time, I was in a very, let's say, less than humorous mood, in a mood of panic. I made it to the bedroom, I hit the bed, and I just felt these waves coming, wave after wave. And the waves were coming, and I didn't know how to deal with it. I didn't know what to do to get out of it. And that was my first mistake. I was running from it. I was trying to get out of it. So that's the point of this video. With panic, if you're trying to get out of it, unconscious mind gets the idea that you're trapped in it. And it's like being trapped in an alligator's mouth, right? Unconscious mind reads, if you're trying to get out of it, let's give him more. Let's give him more panic. Let's give him more extremely uncomfortable sensations. So that's where I was. And in this intense state, which lasted for me that first time many hours, and set off many months, probably 8 months to conquer this. When I was in that state, I started to have enough consciousness to try some different things, which were helpful at that moment. One of those things was I held my breath. I held my breath. The CO2 built up, and I got little waves of relief. So big wave would come, felt like I was dying, came crashing down, hold my breath long enough, calm, little bit of calm, tiny bit. Not enough to take me out of this rocking ocean, this hurricane. Another thing I realized in this episode, which is the secret to all of it, is the secret to recovering from it and recovering from all kinds of neuroplastic symptoms, was to actually go into it. Like I'm a surfer and I got my board and I'm duck diving under the wave. I'm going straight into the wave, okay? Straight in. And that really helped. And I said, okay, it helped. It helped a little bit. It still was a really, one of the worst nights of my life. Just those feelings. And some of you, I feel for you. If you've experienced that, then know that you can get through it. And this is my direction forward. After that, I did work with a great master of RRT, of which I'm a practitioner now, rapid resolution therapy, and that helped. That helped to program my unconscious mind with more indifference, and gave me a journey where I was able to pull that journey up into my consciousness when I needed the strength to do the work to get out of panic. And that strength, that bravery, you need a lot. And so I kept cultivating that. So first step was to work with RRT. Next step was to work on my own, with my own leaning into it over and over. So panic would come multiple times a day, multiple times. At night, head on the pillow, panic. Panic so intense. So I worked with it. I sat with it. I embraced it. I said hello to it. I said, thank you. I appreciate your message. It's going to be fine. We're moving forward. Everything is safe here. I've got a roof. I've got food. Reminding yourself of the survival necessities sends a nice message to unconscious mind. But more than anything, the great secret there is to move into it with an attitude of let's dance. Let's dance, panic. And over time, I started to lay down on the pillow and say, I'm ready. I want to dance. It was like going to the gym. Let's work out. Let's have a little dance. Why not? We've done it 1,000 times. I know what it's like. So basically, that's the model. That's how you work through it. That's how you get to the other side of panic.